You've tried budgeting before. You downloaded the app, set up categories, and tracked your spending for a week, maybe two. At first, it felt good. You felt organized and in control. Then life got busy. You stopped logging expenses, made purchases. You couldn't categorize, or saw numbers that made you feel overwhelmed or embarrassed. Eventually, you closed the app and never opened it again. Now it just sits there, reminding you of something you couldn't stick with. You know budgeting is important, but it never seems to work for you. The truth is, the problem isn't your discipline, it's the system. Most budgeting methods require constant tracking, daily attention, and emotional restraint every time. You spend money. For most people, that's unrealistic and exhausting. It feels like a chore, and over time, people naturally give up. There's also a psychological reason budgeting fails. When people track their spending, they often discover things they regret: impulse purchases, forgotten subscriptions, or unnecessary expenses. This creates a sense of shame, and the brain responds by avoiding the source of that feeling. That's why many people abandon budgeting altogether. The system creates too much emotional pressure. What actually works is a simpler approach that focuses on awareness instead of control. Think of your finances like a business using a profit and loss statement. Every month, instead of tracking every small expense daily, you take one moment to look at the full picture. You list all the money that came in, then all your expenses, dividing them into fixed costs like rent and bills, and variable costs like food, shopping, and entertainment. What's left at the end is your net result. This simple snapshot shows whether you're moving forward or falling behind. After a few months, patterns become clear. You start to see where your money is really going and where it's leaking. This awareness naturally changes behavior without forcing discipline. The key is to observe your spending without judging it. Instead of feeling guilty about how much you spent, treat it like data. If you spent money on something unnecessary, it's not a failure, it's just information you can use to adjust. Over time, this removes the emotional stress around money and makes the process sustainable. To stay aware without burnout, you add a quick weekly check-in that takes about 10 minutes. You simply look at your account balances, review any upcoming expenses, and scan recent transactions. This keeps you informed without overwhelming you. When your monthly result is positive, you follow a simple priority system. First, build an emergency fund. Then focus on paying off high-interest debt. After that, invest for the future, and finally, put money toward personal goals. This removes confusion about what to do with extra money. If your result is negative, the solution is straightforward. Either reduce expenses or increase income. You can cut back on flexible spending like entertainment or subscriptions, but sometimes bigger changes like reducing housing costs are necessary. On the other hand, increasing income through a raise, a better job, or a side hustle can have a much larger impact. To make everything easier, automation plays a huge role. Set up automatic transfers for savings, automatic bill payments, and automatic investments. This removes the need for constant decision-making and reduces the chance of mistakes. Keeping a small buffer in your account also helps avoid stress when timing doesn't line up perfectly. Every few months, you review your progress to see patterns and make adjustments. This keeps your system flexible without requiring daily effort. The reason this approach works is because it removes the emotional burden that causes most people to quit. Instead of feeling judged by your finances, you become someone who simply observes and adjusts. Over time, you may even start to feel curious about your numbers instead of avoiding them. Most importantly, you begin to connect your money to your actual goals. Budgeting stops feeling like restriction and starts feeling like control. Whether you want security, freedom, or the ability to enjoy life more, managing your money becomes a way to support that vision. Most people never gain clarity about their finances and spend their lives feeling vaguely stressed about money. This system is simple, realistic, and sustainable. All it takes is one step: sitting down, looking at your numbers, and understanding where you stand. Because your money is already telling a story about your life, and it's time to finally read it.